Taliyah was a beautiful soul. And she didn't deserve this. She didn't deserve this at all. She deserved better than that.
Williams' uncle, Timothy Williams, believes her boyfriend is responsible for her death.
Well, we found out today that this fool had been putting his hands on her, and she was trying to get away from him. Evidently, she was trying to, she called her mom to come pick her up because her car broke down. So she went over to the park, and evidently he followed her or was up there with her or something. They got into an argument because he didn't want her to go to work because she was getting ready to go to work. So she called her mom to come pick her up.
Witnesses told police a single gunshot was fired after hearing an argument. JSO says the gunman was taken into custody a mile from the scene. Timothy Williams says his niece was a strong and smart woman who never spoke up about the abuse.
What I hope to happen now is that people who do see this or read about this, that they understand that with domestic violence, that you just need to get away from that person. That doesn't get better. And if something happens, you need to let people know about it. People love you, they take care of you because you never know how far things will go. And this is one thing that we're learning today, and I hope that no other family has to go through anything like this.
Williams feels if he knew about the abuse earlier, he could have helped save his niece's life.
Today's story will focus on the terrible case of 21-year-old Taliyah Williams, who was shot and killed in front of onlookers in a Jacksonville community park by her 22-year-old boyfriend, Deiondre Lewis. Taliyah was sick of him, which is why everything that occurred did. She chose to end the relationship after realizing it was going nowhere, but she had no idea how her actions would impact her family going forward. Before we begin this video, we would like to express our deepest sympathies to the family and friends who were severely affected by this horrible crime. We would also like to send condolences to Taliyah's family and friends. Today's case takes us to Jacksonville. Jacksonville is a city located in the northeastern part of the state of Florida. It is one of the largest cities in the United States by land area, covering a vast area that includes both urban and suburban areas. The city is situated along the St. Johns River and has a diverse and growing population. Jacksonville has a population of around 900,000 residents, making it the most populous city in Florida and the fourth most populous in the United States. Jacksonville is home to the Jacksonville Jaguars, an NFL football team, and hosts various sporting events throughout the year. Taliyah Shanice Williams was born on November 15, 1999, in Jacksonville, Florida, and attended Edward H. White High School, graduating in 2018. She studied veterinary medicine at the Florida State College of Jacksonville. Taliyah worked at Starbucks Coffee Company and Baptist Medical Center. Taliyah's parents' unwavering love, support, and encouragement gave her the confidence to believe she could achieve anything. Her radiant smile, joyful disposition, and sharp mind spread to everyone in her vicinity. She was full of life, ready to seize every chance, and frequently laughed aloud, danced, and took selfies. She would confidently proclaim, "I got it," indicating that she was handling things okay, no matter what was going on. This joy was her strength. Taliyah held a particular place in her heart for her brothers and family in general. Her friends and acquaintances described her as altruistic, compassionate, and loving. They said that she was charming and humorous, and her friends exclaimed that Taliyah was beyond words. She was in a relationship with a man named Deiondre Lewis, 22, while she was employed at Starbucks. The couple is said to have met at Starbucks, where Deiondre ultimately stopped working there. For a year, Deiondre and Taliyah were romantically involved. Williams's relationship was suffering as a result of Deiondre's departure. He would just not care, despite her attempts to get him to look for work so they could move on and she could see a future with him. Lewis didn't seem to be really concerned about his future. He didn't have a job or a car. Although we are unable to establish the reason for his termination from Starbucks, but he was abusive during their relationship as well. Williams concluded she was willing to end the relationship with him. He had unlimited time to pursue and torment her at every turn. Even when Deiondre called, the call would escalate into an argument. A close friend advised her to block his phone since he would not stop, but the conflict would not end. Taliyah Williams did not notify any family members of what was going on during this entire period. She was a very proactive and courageous girl, and it's likely that she believed she could figure out a solution, but sadly, she was unsuccessful. Deiondre had a lengthy criminal past as well. He completed his sentence for a robbery attempt in 2018. He faced charges in 2019 for both armed marijuana possession and auto theft. Williams was a witness, and he was free on bond pending trial for that offense. Around 10 a.m. on November 23, 2020, when Taliyah was on her way to work when her car broke down at Normandy Park, which is situated in the 1700 block of Lindsay Road, her ex-boyfriend Deiondre Lewis approached her. An altercation started as soon as he arrived. When things got serious, she called her mom and told her about the predicament she was in with her automobile and her ex-boyfriend. Not wanting to be late for work, she asked her mother to come get her. Lewis was unwilling to let Williams go and urged her to accept him back. Deiondre pulled out his pistol as the debate went on, fired one shot at Taliyah Williams, then fled the area fast. When the police showed up, they discovered a woman who had only sustained one gunshot wound. The victim's body was discovered on Lindsay Road at Greek Road, in between the parking lot and the sports field. At the scene, she was pronounced deceased.
A young woman shot to death at this Westside Park in broad daylight. Just within the past hour, her uncle told us she was trying to escape her boyfriend. Her killing marks the 162nd homicide here in Jacksonville this year. That's the same number of homicides in all of 2019. We're told police have a person of interest in custody. Witnesses said they heard the gunshot following an argument.
And the woman was killed at Normandy Park. That's on Lindsay Road, near Normandy and 4 Acre on the west side. That's not the only area of town where people are sounding off about crime concerns. We begin with Jim Piggott. And Jim, you just spoke with the woman's uncle.
That's right. Just a short time ago, I was talking to the woman's uncle, who basically said her death this morning was the result of domestic violence. She was found shot to death here at Normandy Park just after 10 o'clock this morning, because witnesses had heard that gunfire. Now, her uncle told me about this 21-year-old who just turned 21 years old. We're not releasing her name at this point because police have not released that information to us at this point. But he said that she was trying to get away from an abusive relationship. Came up here to the park, was going to meet her mother here, and that's where the argument took place, where she was shot, and eventually she died as a result of those gunshot wounds. Now, police say that they do have a person of interest that they're talking to. They went a short distance away to find that man. They found the man. They also found a weapon in a different location.
Lewis was stopped less than a mile away on 4 Acre Road, and he was arrested and charged with murder, possession of a firearm by a felon, and carrying a concealed firearm. We pray that Taliyah's soul may rest in peace, and we are deeply saddened by what happened to her. If you would like to stay updated with this type of content, please don't forget to like and subscribe. See you on the following video.